Warning, the following contains opinions. Tolerance is advised. I could describe Westerado in two ways, the first being a love letter to the Western films we know and love, as well as parodying tropes of the genre, and the second, bearing in mind that this is an open world game, would be Concise, and that is exactly what I want to talk about. The open world in Westerado is small, with only a few little gaps in between relevant fast travel sections like the towns, ranches, forts and so on. So right from the get-go, the game doesn't waste your goddamn time with getting started, with the opening establishing who you are and the stakes. Your ranch has been burnt down and your family has been killed. Avenge them. And it's alright that we didn't have time to get invested in our life before the incident, as the game just wants you to get your vengeance on already. Another thing is that just by looking at the gameplay, you can see it has small load times, with interactive fast travel segments and the limited time it will take to load. They could have made this a more standard looking loading screen, but I imagine putting the little controllable horse as a load gimmick wouldn't have weighed too heavily on the already short load times. And to round off this thing's compact nature, it doesn't take a lot of time to explore the whole game. I sort of traipsed through my first run and explored about 64% of the game without even trying, and I didn't even get into the underground mines. I wouldn't describe this game as concise if it wasn't dense, this being that there isn't hundreds of hours like there would be in games like Skyrim, but enough that it is expansive without overstaying its welcome. There are in fact many a folk who need help, whether it be shooting up bandits in the mines or fetching a drunk husband from the saloon by gunpoint. But unlike other games like Skyrim, in which I'd argue the game funnels you away from the main quest, Westerado is always reminding you and progressing you towards your final goal, to find your family's murderer. Nearly every quest completion ends with a clue about what the culprit may look like, which is different in every new save file by the way. So by incorporating side quests that funnel progression of the main quest little by little, this gives you a sense of moving forward, whilst getting you invested in the side activities that only enrich the world you're in. On that note, I actually don't want to give away too many spoilers as to what these quests entail, as I would highly recommend this game to anyone who has been suffering from open world fatigue like I have. But these people that you interact with have lives of their own, and they only care about your plight once you're done solving theirs most of the time. So all in all, you feel like you're working towards a tangible goal on the horizon, rather than doing a bunch of side quests that have nothing to do with the main plot, and suddenly deciding to advance the story of your own volition. Combining the compact and dense open world explores an aspect of progression that most other open world games don't even try to attempt. And I know that games like The Witcher 3 and Skyrim are about exploration and doing things off the beaten path, and hell, those are some of the best games around right now. But so many games are coming out like this recently, it's hard not to view Westerado's take on an open world as a breath of fresh air. At least for me. Rather than side quests becoming checklists in a menu, they have progression paths which help you achieve your goal, or even alter the outcome, but like I said, I don't want to give spoilers. This being said, the game isn't perfect, but its execution of a concise open world can provide developers with a template of how to avoid fatiguing 50 hours into an open world game without completing the story, and switching to a more concise experience. And more than anything, I just wanted to highlight my love for this little game. I could mention a lot more about the atmosphere, the direction, the writing, and the music, but I feel like that would bloat the video too much. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll catch you on the next one.